My name's Simeon. I'm going to be talking about the standing jump test, also known as the vertical jump test. I'm going to critically evaluate the jump, speaking about its advantages and disadvantages, as well as how reliable it is and who it will be applied to in the real world. The most important procedure for the jump test is for it to measure the explosive strength of the legs. It also measures the elasticity of athlete or performer. So this will more be relevant to athletes who are going to be training in the Olympics for events such as long jump, high jump, or however it could be relevant to other athletes in certain aspects to improve their game, e.g. a basketballer doing a layup, trying to get a higher leap towards the basket to make more of a certified basket. Equipment needed for the vertical jump test would be, all you need is a wall, tape measure, step ladder, chalk, and obviously an assistant to keep the measurements correct and valid. How you conduct the test is you take the participant, you run through any health risk, any injuries they've gone through, just to make sure that it doesn't affect their injury and therefore prolong their injury for any longer than it needs to be. The athlete will do a 10-minute warm-up consisting of leg stretches, mainly of the quadriceps and the hamstrings, just to make sure that the muscles are flexible and warm enough to do the procedure. What the athlete would do is they would chalk up their fingers first, stand next to the wall, a plain wall which would have measurements on it in centimeters, obviously for their height. And once they stand next to the wall with their chalked fingers, they would put their hands as high as they can towards the wall and then mark off that where their fingers are. This would just initiate their wingspan and the distance between where they jumped and where they started. From the standing position, the athlete has to jump off of two legs. This is just to make sure that the test is valid and it measures both explosive strength from both each leg, not just one single leg. So once the participant stands side onwards to the wall, they would then do a jump from that side position and reach as high as they can with their fingertips, marking off that height that they've reached, then landing back. From the first chalk line that they made to the second chalk line, this will be the distance that they've jumped and the measurement that will be taken into consideration whether they've improved their elasticity or if they haven't. Once this is done once, they then do it a second time and the third time, doing the same procedures. And then after this, depending on the goals of the participant, we can either take the range of the three numbers that have been gathered, the three statistics that have been gathered, and work out the average, or you can either just take the highest statistic in order to recognize whether they've improved or if they haven't improved. Advantages of the standing jump test is that minimal equipment is required, simple to set up and conduct, and the test can be administered by the athlete themselves, so therefore it doesn't require many participants for the test to be done. Disadvantages is that specific facilities are required, for example the wall, which isn't obviously a big ask when looking at tests such as that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Then reach up with your stronger hand. Yep, and then you mark off the point at which you can reach, the highest point. Yep. And then from here, the participant will then jump off of 2 feet and jump up as high as they can, marking off. And then from there, we'll mark the difference between the two markings on the paper. Alright, from here, you can see the two markings on the wall. So from here, we'd mark see the difference from here to there, and that would be the measurement of how high he's jumped. And then from there, you can apply it to their personal lives if they've improved their elasticity or if they haven't. And then he then do this a second time, So put your hand up, mark it. Yeah, and then we then do another jump. Yeah, and this time we go further. And then we then do this again for the third time. Okay. And the last jump. Alright, from there, you can see the 3 markings. We'll take a measurement from the 3 markings, and you can then work out the range, the average of the measurements that he's got, and then again, you apply that to his personal life, to whether or not he's improved.